I have lost too many each year to this. Today I'm talking about something that's a very, very sobering thing to me, anyways. It affects me on the daily. It affects many of my buddies that I've known, that I have lost through the years that I've been a part of the military. It can be hard to talk about this, and it still is. It's just one of those things that needs to be said, though. I don't want to put a label on it, so I'm going to try not to throughout this video. But it's, for me, it seems like every year I lose two buddies, two comrades, two brothers in arms, simply because they can't take it anymore. They're lost in thought, they're aggressive, they're easily startled, they're having dreams, disturbing dreams. They seem to be cut off from the world. We seem to be cut off from the world. We don't relate. It's hard for us to relate. When you see us staring off in the distance, when we're deep in thought, and you think we're lost, we are, in our minds. We can be recollecting the events that happened. We can be thinking worst case scenarios. And then you simply come up and say hi to us in a very non-hostile way, but we're still easily startled by it. It scares us. It awakens us. We jump. It's something that I go through on a daily. I'm constantly numb to feelings, numb to emotions, numb to what's happening around me. I'm physically there, but mentally I'm not. It's hard. It's very hard. Another thing that I constantly do is block people out. I can have neighbors come up to me, friends, family, and they can start a wonderful conversation with me, but then there's those certain times where I just don't want to talk. I just can't talk. I can't say I don't want to. I would love to talk. I'd love to have those conversations, but there's something deep inside me that wants me to be left alone at the time, in my own thoughts, left to mull in whatever I'm mulling in by myself in solitude. And then there's the worst thing of all. It's wanting to make it end. It happens a lot. Happens a lot to my friends. Happens a lot to me. There's been times where I've been close to creating plans to do that. Luckily, I have a strong family behind me. Others are not so fortunate, that helped me get through those hard times. I've also gone to treatments and seen professionals in order to try and alleviate a lot of those thoughts, and that typically happens. But it is a vicious cycle, and I do know deep down it will come back around. It's just, do I have the correct tools in place to fight what is coming? Speaking of help, there is help. One of the biggest things to do is ask. Asking for help is a tremendous step forward in getting what you need in order to solve these issues. Talking to friends and family can be a huge, huge benefit. It helps create that structure, helps create that tribe for you to rely on, to stand tall and use them to lean on when needed. That was a struggle I had for the longest time. The biggest thing is they just don't understand. And that's right, they won't. But they're there to listen. They're there to listen to you, listen to your problems, listen to your thoughts. They're there to be a sounding board. They're there for you to get it off your chest so you feel better. They're there to help you get help. Don't think of it as a weakness in the mindset of they don't understand so they can't help me and they're useless to you in that aspect. They can be a huge beneficial factor in your recovery. And that's what it'll always be, is a recovery. You won't get over it. It's always going to be there. It's going to be something you have to deal with on a day in and day out basis. Support groups are another great way to go about this. You're not going to like them all. I hate groups. I hate group therapy. I hate group sessions. I'm not a huge fan, but I did do an inpatient this previous year, and group was a major part of it. Different groups for different things, and I didn't like them all. I did love some, and that was the key piece to it, is the ones that I did like helped me tremendously. You're going to go to the vet center. You're going to go to the VA. You're going to reach out to DAV. You're going to reach out to the VFW, the American Legion. You're going to look to these places for help, and they can provide it. The only key piece is you need to get in there, you need to try them, and see if they work for you. It's fine if the groups don't work for you. Look for another one. That's all you have to do. Another way you can go about it is also talking to professionals. I do this on the regular. Beyond what's going on right now. I go to professionals almost weekly. I see psychiatrists, I see psychologists, I see therapists. I go to whoever will help me with my mental issues that I go through and that I struggle with every day, because I know they're there to help. Again, when we talk about these things, there's a lot of negative thoughts that go into it. There's a lot of stigmas that come with it. Vulnerability, weakness. Those are huge in themselves. But that's the thing, is just because you don't want to show that you're vulnerable and that you're weak, the truth of the matter is you are at that point. The only way for you to get stronger is to seek that help, is to admit that vulnerability, to admit that weakness. And only in that will you find strength, through tools, through support channels, and that will help you grow. That'll help you get stronger. That'll help you work through this next time that you encounter it. The key to this is mental strength. Without it, we are lost. With it, we are able to conquer whatever life throws at us and work through it. Remember, people are there for you. You're not at it alone. They might not understand, but they're there to support you regardless. Please reach out. Please, if you're in need of any help, reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. After this, if you're a veteran, press 1.